Let me show you what's been marked as Government's Exhibit GP1. Do you recognize this? Yes. What is it? The oath. Does the oath have any different names? Is it referred to in any other way? Yeah, the O, the oatmeal. How about the first letters of each of these? 2 S's and 3 I's. 2 S's and 3 I's? Now, this oath says at various points, at the end of every phrase in fact, this oath shall kill me. Can you explain for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what that means? Self-explanatory. Well, could you go ahead and explain it? It means it should kill you. If you violate any one of the rules, it's going to kill you. You could die. And if someone violated the rules and was killed, by whom would they be killed? Who would kill them if they violated the rules? Whoever signed to kill you. Are there other BGF oaths? Yeah, you got the Bush oath. Have you ever heard of the Fox oath? Yeah, I heard of it. What's a fox? A sympathizer. And do they take a separate oath? Of late, yeah. Okay, are foxes full-fledged members? No. What's the difference between a fox and a full-fledged member? A fox is just a sympathizer. A full-fledged member, you got the regular oath. What does a fox have to do to become a member of BGF? I guess. I really don't know, because I know sympathizers are just people that sympathize without cause. Objection, Your Honor. He says he doesn't know. Overruled. You can continue. A sympathizer is somebody that just sympathizes without cause. A fox is something that people just made up. I understand. How about a prospective member? If somebody is wishing to become a member of BGF, what do they have to do to join the gang? It used to be that, I might see somebody I think is a prospective member. We'll watch him and see is he worthy to become a full-fledged member. What kinds of things are you watching for? Mentality, how you carry yourself, if you wanted to go, if he was willing to put in work. What does it mean to put in work? I mean, they might get sent to rob, might get sent to extort somebody, might get sent to, just do the gang business. I'm sorry, Judge. Did you say do the gang's business, Mr. Gray? Yeah. So do I understand you to be saying that robbing and extorting are part of the gang's business? Yes. Okay. You mentioned that there's a separate oath for Bushmen. Is that right? Yes. All right. And you mentioned that the Bushmen are the people. Earlier you said the Bushmen are the people who make decisions in BGF. Is that right? Yes. What does a BGF member have to do to become a Bushman? Be a member in good standing for a while. Put in work. That's basically it. Can put in work include killing? It can. Do Bushmen have their own oath? Yes. Do you know that oath? Yes. Could you recite it for us, please? It's basically a song and dance that we go through before we get there. And it's the regular oath backwards. Then where you sleep, in a bush. How do you enter? Under the ground beneath the sea, using the dragon tooth as the key. Who made thee a ruler and a judge? The same dear God sent to be the ruler and delivered by the hands of the angel, which appears in the bush. And then the regular oath backwards, the 3 S's and then the 2 I's. Okay. Does BGF have a written set of rules, Mr. Gray? Yes. What are they called? The 22s. How about a constitution? Are there BGF constitutions as well? Yes. What are those called? 33s. And the 22s and 33s together? 55s. All right. I want to show you, actually first, where do those rules come from? California. Do you know who came up with the rules? Doc Holliday. And who is Doc Holliday? One of the original members of BGF from San Quentin Prison in California. Okay, now I want to show you Government's Exhibit GP4. I'll try and zoom in so you can see this. Your Honor, is this in evidence? Is this exhibit in evidence or not? It's been referred to, and there was no objection. It was referred to as in evidence or Counsel, you can approach. Mr. Gray, I'm putting up Government's Exhibit GP4 back on the screen. Do you recognize this document? Do you know what's in this document? Yes. What is it? 22 laws, 22 rules. I want to go through some of these with you. Actually, first, let's talk about JAMA. What is JAMA? What does it mean? It's Swahili for family. Does BGF use other Swahili terms? Yes. Why does BGF use Swahili terms? Disguise different things when we first started. Is JAMA also a shorthand term for BGF? No, it just means family. What about J? Short for JAMA. Okay, and if somebody said to you, he's J, what would that mean to you? He BGF. Or, he's in J, what would that mean? He in BGF. Okay, let's go through some of these rules. Could you read us rule number 1? Never place your hands on your brother. How about number 2? Never speak in vain of JAMA. Never talk bad about JAMA. What's rule number 3? Never talk bad about your brother. How about rule number 4? Never argue in public with your brother. And number 5? Any verbal dispute shall cease when emotions come into play with your comrade. What's a comrade? A brother, another member of BGF. I'm going to zoom in on 6 a little bit more. It's right here. Would you mind reading that for us? We never take matters into our own hands unless it's spontaneous action that wants immediate action, but we always go back to protocol. What's protocol? A set of rules. Protocol is the way you do things. Our order, the order in which you do things. Okay, is that the same or different than chain of command? Chain of command, protocol. So BGF has a chain of command. Yeah. How about rule number 7? Never speak JAMA business in public. Why is it important not to talk about JAMA business in public? Because it ain't the public business. Rule number 8, if a meeting is called. Would it help if I handed you a copy of the document so you could look at the original? Yeah. May I approach, Your Honor? Yes. Can you read that now? If a meeting is called, unless everyone must be there, everybody must be at the meeting when they call it, or will result in actions being taken by the MOJ. Who's the MOJ? The Minister of Justice. What does he do? He distributes justice, keep order, hands out sanctions. He hands out sanctions? Yes. We'll get to that in a moment. I want to draw your attention to 19 here. What's that rule? We never move on a situation unless it's approved and strategized by the MOD. What's the MOD? Minister of Defense. What does he do? Plan, plot, strategize. Anything need to be done. Always moving on something. What does it mean to move on something? If you got a heist, if you got somebody violated, MOD set it up. Okay. Plan of action. He make a plan of action. How about rule number 20? It's the third from the bottom. All channels of planting a seed must be closely followed. Does that say to avoid conflict? Does that look right to you? Yeah. I just wanted to ask you what a seed is. Potential member. So planting a seed is a potential member. Yeah. I think earlier, Mr. Gray, you also mentioned that BGF, in addition to 22 rules, has 33 constitutions. Is that right? Yes. Are you familiar with the 33 constitutions? Yes. I'm going to show you Government's Exhibit 43. Sorry. Do you recognize what's in this document, Mr. Gray? Yes. What do you recognize it to be? Part of the Constitution. All right, let's go through some of them. See at the top, it says the only way to become a member of UC Gaiety JAMA is by sponsor or directive or to be specified by the C. Do you see that? Yes. Can you explain what that rule means? The only way you can become a member of JAMA, a BGF, is to have a sponsor, somebody that's already a member of the BGF. What does UC Gaiety JAMA mean? It's basically the family. What language is it? Swahili. So JAMA, you testified earlier, is family. Yes. How about UC Gaiety Jama? I forgot what it is. See the reference in this rule to a C? What does that person do? Huh? Right here. It says the only way to become a member is by a sponsor or directive specified by C. Who is the C? Commander. Alright. What does he do? Overrun the regime. Alright. Going back to UC Gaiety Jama, Mr. Gray, let me ask it this way. What is Swahili for Black Guerrilla Family? Usually it's Gaiety Jama. Okay, thank you. Let's look at rule number 2, or constitution number 2. Can you read that rule? Once you pledge, use this organization. Right here. Once you pledge, you take this organization to your grave. Under this particular constitution, is it possible to get out of BGF once you're a member? No. How about number 5? Discipline comes in 3 forms: fines and beatdowns for major offenses, and death for extreme violations. Can you give us an example of an extreme violation that will result in a sanction of death? Me testifying. So is snitching an extreme violation? Yes. And are you violating the BGF oath by snitching? Yes. Are you violating the 33s? Yes. Who can order a sanction of death? The Bush. Anybody else? Could the C in a regime order a sanction of death? No. Have you ever ordered the sanction of death? Yes.